Welcome to the Quick Galloper YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.
Field in line. They're off for the first. Easy Money came off at the back with a legal fight, looking to have problems early as they come charging down the back stretch. Sparkling Fire on the outside, just the leader by a length and a tail. Mineola chasing. Cutout making ground on the inside. That one has speed. Mr. Lee in the green races back and forth, maybe 6 lengths off that lead. 4:30 and Princess Chris team up in behind. Easy Money making very mild progress, getting the better of Earmark Blitz in the green down on the rail. Nebuchadnezzar is a length and a half out wide. Another length and a half to Great Magnum. A gap of 4 to Kuzmi. And forget Legal Fight, the rider losing his irons as they've left the half mile and make their way now toward the 7/16th. Sparkling Fire blazing the trail by a length and a half. Cutout continues the chase in second. A gap of 3 or more to 4:30 racing down on the inside. Mineola now left back in fourth spot. Easy Money is asked to make up some ground, some 4 lengths off those. Princess Chris now gets going. Mr. Lee on the outside. Earmark Blitz and Nebuchadnezzar come next with Great Magnum Kuzmi. And at the back of the field, it's a struggling Legal Fight, but 4:30 is first into the lane and onto the right-hand stick. Cutout continues to try to get to that leader, but needs to find 3 or more. Princess Chris now asked to bubble to the boil down against the rail, but they're inside the final furlong. And it is 4:30 and devastating Dane Dawkins with a 3.5 to 4 length lead inside the final 16th. He has a peep behind in his right-hand mirror. No catching 4:30. They win by 4 or more over Princess Chris. It's a head bob. On the outside, Mineola. On the rail, Easy Money. And Cutout is back in 5th.
And the final one to load, New Bridge, is in. Ready for a start, 7 furlong. They're off and racing. New Bridge has decked the rider and is out of the race. They go down on the backstretch heading toward the 6, and Drop Off is on the outside. Right against the rail, that's Casually Yours. They're about 3 lengths in front of Eddie, cutting into that margin. Then comes Reportable Offense, just getting rid of on the rail. That's a Dreamer, and racing at the back of the field, Prince Zayden. They head toward the 5, and it is Casually Yours, eking out about a length and a piece lead from Drop Off racing back in second. 2 lengths away before we come to Eddie. Reportable Offense is making stealthy progress. Another 2 before we come to Prince Zayden, and hopelessly racing at the back of the field, and that's Dreamer. They head toward the 3, and on that lead and making the run in, it is still Casually Yours. Drop Off is coming for another challenge, or watching them from a third and looking dangerous. That's Reportable Offense, 6 or 7 lengths before we come to Eddie, and right against the rail, Prince Zayden, and forget about Dreamer there at the top of the lane. Casually Yours kicks once again. Reportable Offense switched on the outside, also coming once again. That's a Drop Off, but it's Casually Yours still keeping them at bay. Casually Yours coming to the furlong pole with a good-looking lead, and the rider takes a peek behind and loving what he sees. Casually Yours beginning to pull away, still fighting on that Reportable Offense and Drop Off. Casually Yours is sprinting clear. Jaheim Anderson and Casually Yours in a runaway in the second, about 8 lengths or more. Reportable Offense is second, then comes a Drop Off back in fourth, coming from way out of it. That's Dreamer.
They're off. Fair start. Lucky Papa left at the back, being ridden to get on terms early. Toronado Steel took off quickly. Oh So Smart rushing through on the inside, and Oh So Smart gets that lead on the run toward the half mile. Oh So Smart out in front by a half a length. Toronado Steel chasing 3 lengths back to Linstead Market, now urged to get closer. 2.5 lengths, Da Queen's a Bee racing up with a pair of Chinita S. Trella as they charge away now, leaving the 3/8 pole. Making ground on the inside, that's another Mission. A break in behind them to the Queen's Bee, now backing out of it. Solace is next. Social Mischief racing ahead of Chief Dissident. Then Empress in the Breeze and Lucky Papa struggling last, but they're into the head of the stretch. Oh So Smart on the rail, challenged strongly now by a Toronado Steel, and Toronado Steel points the nose in front, but Oh So Smart not quitting yet. Here comes Linstead Market now, asked to charge up on the outside, but the battle up front continues. Toronado Steel just the leader. Here comes a Linstead Market and another Mission now beginning to fly out wide. It is Linstead Market and Solace gets there. Over Linstead Market, close between another Mission, over on the rail. Oh So Smart, the Queen's Bee in between horses along with Toronado Steel.
Ready for race number 4. 5 furlong straight the trip. They're off and racing. Rocola gets away smartly from the 3 draw, tacking across that ballistic missile with that speed, and ballistic missile is over on in the middle of the track. Right there too, that's Princess Vianney, closest to us. Dark Matter hustled up and asked for more. Ballistic missile looks to be just in front of Princess Vianney, closest to us, bounce on the outside rail. Dark Matter is right up there. Then comes Alcubulan left back a bit, also trying to come on. That's a Noble Sovereign, but Ballistic Missile blazing the trail, coming to the top of the lane. The top of the lane. Ballistic Missile is in front, and maybe beyond recall. Ballistic Missile under the fence and traveling nicely. Princess Fiani hustled up and asked for more. Ballistic Missile still in front. Princess Fiani is coming forward nicely. Ballistic Missile keeping on from Princess Fiani. Ballistic Missile still there. Princess Fiani closing like a train. Ballistic Missile hanging from Princess Fiani. Ballistic Missile just about got there from Princess Fiani. Then comes the Dark Matter back in fourth. That's Rocola.
They're off. A Money Box and Loyal Action, they start off well. JJ Warrior and the Pink is also running quickly, always vigorous racing in behind with Sticky Don. That's the group on the near side as they sort themselves out. Yorkist is also showing some good speed. Okoye Warrior, it looks to be on the premises. Adenosine is also there as they come charging up now toward the final quarter of the event. The Gifted One has made some good progress as well, and the Gifted One is showing speed as JJ Warrior is pulled up and the rider dismounts. The Gifted One under the stand fence has that lead. York is chasing. Irish Wish is coming on under the right-hand stick. Also beginning to make some late progress. That is the favorite, Money Box in the orange silks, but they're charging up toward us, and Money Box now pours out a strong challenge to the Gifted One, and Money Box is gone. Money Box has the lead, going, gone. They won't catch Money Box, and terrific Tevin Foster. They win by maybe 5 over the Gifted One. Blitz Strike on the far side. Irish Wish is fourth. Simply Enchanting is fifth.
They're off and racing. Not a bad line. As a Daddy Cutout is left at the back of the field along with Miss Jungle Jen and Independence Blue. She's Ideal wants that lead, but rushing down on the inside, that's Walk the Plank. She's Ideal and Walk the Plank. Then comes Fratellanza. Catalina comes next. My Friend Mickey tracking them in fifth. Waiting in sixth, that's Run for Fun. Right against the rail, that's Code Red. Just on the outside of Code Red. In between horses, that's King Kush. Just on their outside, that's Powwow. Then comes Total Eclipse. Behind the Total Eclipse, that's Catalina recovering. Blood Diamond is also there. Then comes Have Me Waiting. Just behind Have Me Waiting, that's Independence Blue, and racing at the back of the field, that's Daddy Cutout there. At the top of the lane, and this leader is traveling very well. Walk the Plank is walking away from this field. Walk the Plank looks to have this one sewn up. Coming to the furlong pole. They're all chasing for second. Coming in the middle, that's Code Red. Walk the Plank still in front. Code Red trying to make a race of it, but it's too late. Walk the Plank begins to pull away. Walk the Plank, an action-packed Rain Lewis sprinting away by about 7 lengths. Code Red is second. Then comes My Friend Mickey. Fratellanza back in fifth. That's Total Eclipse.
Field in line for the Simply Magic Cup. 9 furlongs, 25 yards thereof. Rockhampton just a shade slowly out, but making it up on the outside under a vigorous ride. There goes Minnehaha scooting by them all as they enter the clubhouse turn. Minnehaha out in front. For My Love and Rockhampton, they race out wide. Gulfstream Cat about to be overtaken by Tia Maria and the DOK at the back. Minnehaha sets the splits. For My Love is a length and a piece back and racing in second. Rockhampton tracks them in third as they leave the 7 and take to the backstretch. 4 lengths back to Tia Maria. Gulfstream Cat is next and the DOK, the trailer. Over onto the backstretch they go. They arrive at the 6, Minnehaha and For My Love. That's how it's been from the off. Rockhampton watches them from 2 lengths back and racing in third. A gap of maybe 6 to Tia Maria taken off the fractions, about to be joined by Gulfstream Cat, and a huge gap to DOK. They leave the 5 on the backstretch and make their way to the half mile in the Simply Magic Cup. Minnehaha out in front, traveling easily at the moment. There goes Tia Maria making a big move now to attack. For My Love fading back into third. Gulfstream Cat is ahead of Rockhampton, and the DOK in the white silks left at the back. They leave the 7/16 and make their way toward the final 3. Minnehaha out in front. Tia Maria now attacking on the outside and slicing into that lead. Racing in behind them, that's Gulfstream Cat. A huge gap to For My Love, who has cried enough. Rockhampton overtaken by DOK as they're into the lane. Minnehaha on the rail. Here is a Tia Maria, and Tia Maria snatches the lead. Gulfstream Cat is chasing them in third. Tia Maria beginning to swerve a bit, could be a bit intoxicated as they run toward the furlong pole. Minnehaha is down on the rail and asked to rally. Tia Maria driven flat to the boards, holding that lead under Tajay Suku, and now Tia Maria begins to come away from them. They won't stop Tia Maria from winning the Simply Magic Cup. Second win for Baba Nunes. They win by maybe 5. Minnehaha second, Gulfstream Cat third, DOK is fourth.
They're off and racing. Came out in a very good line, left at the back of the field. That's Round the Twist. As they make their way down the backstretch, heading towards the 6, and Big LA wants that lead right against the rail. That's He's Sensational, coupling up nicely on the rail and coming through. That is a delightful one. So it's Big LA, delightful one. Baby Gray has improved and making progress. Right there in fourth, that's He's Sensational. Coming down into it, that's D Storm. Also on the outside, that's Smoking Tom. Or moving in the middle, that's Secret Sensation. Then about a length gap before we come to coming on the outside, that's Candy Girl. So Candy Girl just behind them, Round the Twist, recovering after that break. Another, then 3 lengths before we come to Uncle Harry. Then comes Attila, and Attila overtaken now and going down in the hunt. That's My Eclipse. They're coming at the top of the lane. And on that lead, it's Smoking Tom. D Storm is right there too. Smoking Tom and D Storm fighting it out. D Storm is in front. Big LA is right there too. Also coming the miss. He's Sensational, but it is still D Storm in front. D Storm, he's Sensational, trying to get to D Storm and trying to split them in between horses. That's his Secret Sensation. It's a good looking finish. D Storm on the outside. D Storm is still in front. D Storm finding a bit extra from Secret Sensation. D Storm, Secret Sensation. D Storm beats Secret Sensation. Then comes He's Sensational, Round the Twist, and My Eclipse back in fifth.
They're off. Fair start. Midnight Traveler just outspelling the earlies along with My Lady Gold. Alexi Lou has dash as they leave the 5 and shows it. Sky's the Limit rushing up now to take him on, and Sky's the Limit goes on from Alexi Lou. Victorious Lynx is the one racing down on the outside as they leave the half-mile marker. Social Storm is 4 lengths off that lead. Charming Chatterbox ahead of Pippa in the green. Just in behind those, that's Awesome Kitty. A gap of 3 more lengths to My Lady Gold. Then we have Ostoa and Midnight Traveler not traveling well at the back. They come toward the 5/16th, and Sky's the Limit has hopped to the front and taken complete charge at the top of the lane. Lexi Lou and Victorious Lynx are in hot pursuit. Charming Chatterbox and Pippa left in behind, but it is Sky's the Limit inside the final 3/16th who holds all the aces. Sky's the Limit with that lead running away from them. Lexi Lou now improving her position down against the rail. In between horses, that's Charming Chatterbox and Victorious Lynx out wide, but they're inside the final 16th. It is Sky's the Limit. Tajay Suku will have his third on the card. Brilliant ride. Tajay Suku and Sky's the Limit win by maybe 4 of a Charming Chatterbox. Then Lexi Lou, Victorious Lynx, Pippa.
Now they're off and racing. Get away smartly on the near side. That's Awesome Anthony. I Dream Again hustled up in the middle, traveling prominently. Tacking to the middle, that's Miss Money Penny right there too. That's a Tap It Good. So Tap It Good, Miss Money Penny. To the near side, that's Awesome Anthony. I Dream Again is right there on the premises. Right there too, that's My Sunshine in, and My Sunshine is right up there on the front end. My Sunshine, Miss Money Penny, I Dream Again. These are the prominent one. Galloping Developers comes next. Bob the Builder is also on the premises, but it's still coming out of the chute inside the final furlong and a half. It's My Sunshine and Miss Money Penny. Miss Money Penny just doing the better from My Sunshine with less than a furlong to travel. Miss Money Penny in front. I Dream Again is coming forward sweetly. It's Miss Money Penny in front. I Dream Again trying to get to Miss Money Penny. I Dream Again beats Miss Money Penny. Bob the Builder then comes on the far side. That looks to be Drunko Jeff back in 5th. My Sunshine.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.